Sonic Adventure 2 has been known as one of the best Sonic games ever made. I'm sure many of us have had some fond memory of this game at one point or another. However, over the years, this game has gotten a lot more criticism, so I decided to play the game again and see if it still holds up today. Before any of that fun stuff, let's go over the plot of the game, because when we think about Sonic, we think about a deep, huge, epic plot that revolves around murder and revenge, because why not? Anyway, the game lets you pick between two stories, Hero and Dark. The Hero storyline focuses on Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy as they try to stop Eggman from activating the Ark's Eclipse Cannon. The Dark story focuses on Eggman, Rouge, and Shadow as they try and gather all the Chaos Emeralds to power up the Ark's Eclipse Cannon. So basically the opposite of the Hero story. When you have B in both stories, you unlock the last story, where it is revealed that Gerald Robotnik, Dr. Eggman's grandfather, has programmed the Ark to collide with Earth when all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds are loaded into the Eclipse Cannon. Gerald Robotnik does this in revenge after the government raided the Ark and killed many of the researchers on board, including Maria, his granddaughter. He made Shadow to carry out his plans of revenge on Earth because he's a dick. This leads to the final battle where Sonic and Shadow use Chaos Control to teleport the Ark away from Earth. Using this huge Chaos Control used all of Shadow's energy, and he ends up dying in the process. This is the last we will ever see of Shadow. May he rest in peace. I won't really nitpick much about the story. It does an okay job towards the last story. It gives you a very uneasy feeling when Gerald Robotnik shows up, and things about Shadow's past starts to make more sense. But that's really all I could say. Most of the Hero story is just Sonic and friends try to stop Eggman from using the Eclipse Cannon, and this Dark story is Eggman and friends try to use the Eclipse Cannon, and with a bit of Shadow's backstory here and there. Not really much to say, but it does get the job done. Now let's move on to one thing Sonic games can never get wrong, and that's the soundtrack. The soundtrack for the game is very good, lots of upbeat and catchy songs in Mission Street and Metal Harbor.
My lost peace. I know that it's here, I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere.
The raps on the other hand could go fuck themselves. The graphics aren't all too bad either. Most of the models look pretty good, and most of the levels are very bright and colorful and all nice to look at. The same can be said about the cutscenes. The characters move very awkwardly, the lip syncing is horrible, the music's way too loud during the cutscenes, and the characters like to talk over themselves a lot.
Farewell, knucklehead.
Not if I can help it.
It's a secret military base that is reinforced and super strong. It's called Prison Island. I heard the news about it on satellite TV.
So far, so good. Hey, that's...
That blue hedgehog again, of all places.
I found you, Faker.
Faker? I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Huh? You're not even good enough to be
I'll
my
make you eat those words.
You thought you could trick me with that fake emerald, didn't you?
So, how did you know it wasn't the real one?
Tails!
Because you just told me, Fox Boy.
This is where the game hits the hardest for people, and that is the gameplay. The game is split into 3 different playstyles. You have the fast, platform-heavy Sonic and Shadow stages, the slower, more linear shoot-'em-up stages from Tails and Eggman, and the very slow and painful treasure hunting stages from Knuckles and Rouge. Sonic and Shadow stages are all about speed and platforming. These stages are lots of fun, and a very skilled player could blast through them and get a good rank in the new ranking system which was introduced in this game. These stages are short and fun, and can be done in around 3 to 7 minutes depending on your skill. But not Crazy Gadget, because that stage can go fuck right off. Tails and Eggman can lock on and shoot multiple enemies, and through an upgrade you get early as both of them the ability to hover after you jump. These stages revolve around a lot slower gameplay, shooting, and cheap enemy placement. While these stages aren't the worst, they aren't exactly the best either, leaving them forgettable at best. The cheap enemy placement feels like a way to make these easy stages a lot harder than they should be. Most of the time the enemy will just pop up while you're running, or it can appear on a platform when you're about to jump on it. This can lead to very cheap deaths because of the knockback when you get hit by an enemy. Knuckles and Rouge can glide and perform a punching or kicking combo by pressing the attack button. You're dropped into a big open level and asked to find 3 pieces of something. You will get hints, but these can range from useful to giving you the most cryptic bullshit ever. These stages are very unpredictable, and there are times where you can find all 3 of the things you need in under 5 minutes, but if you're going to replay that same stage, it can take you up to 20 minutes. This RNG makes these stages not fun to play at all, and forget about trying to get a good rank in these. The radar is also a problem. In Sonic Adventure 1, the radar would track all the things you were looking for at once. This saved a lot of time, made the levels more fun and interesting. However, in this game, your radar will always go from left to right. This feels like a cheap way to make the levels last even longer and takes out freedom from these stages. Have nothing wrong with the story gameplay style at all, it just doesn't fit with the high-speed platforming of a Sonic game. And if you are going to do this type of gameplay, don't take away things that made it better in the last game. When playing through the stories, you can't really say, oh, I want to play Sonic right now, or I really feel like exploring, let's play some Knuckles, like in Adventure 1. In this game, you could be playing Sonic stages, then thrown to a Knuckles stage right after that. This really breaks the flow of the game, ends up hurting the game. Every time I finish a Knuckles or Tails stage, I ask myself, can I please play Sonic now? And that is not what you want your players to feel when playing a video game. You want the players to feel like they're having fun in every level, not asking themselves when is the fun part. The Dark story is even worse because the first Shadow stage is 4 stages in. And even after that, there's only 3 more Shadow stages. This makes this Dark story really painful to play through. Stages like Security and Match Space still keep me up at night. To be fair, the game doesn't do these other gameplay styles badly, it's just that they're not nearly as good as Sonic and Shadow stages. Every time anyone goes back to play Sonic Adventure 2, they're either playing the Sonic or Shadow stages, or playing the Chao Garden. That's it. This was my honest opinion when playing through the game again. I was honestly surprised. I know many people have been doing reviews about this game over the past few years, saying how it really isn't that great anymore, but I just really couldn't believe it. It really only leaves 1/3 of the game fun to play, and while this review sounds like I hate this game, I really don't. It just leaves a very meh feeling about the whole experience. I think the game's still worth one playthrough if you never played through it, and you can still play the Chao Garden because that is the best part of the game, but just don't expect high-speed platforming because that's only 1/3 of the game. Hey everyone, this is the end slate. Even though this is not really end slate, it's just a thumbnail. I was too lazy to make a end slate. I'll probably do that in Photoshop later. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. I did put a lot of time into it. Please leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy it. It does help me a lot because, you know, it tells me if I'm actually doing a good job or not, or I'm doing really shitty. So you could do that, and if you didn't like it, leave a comment telling me why it was shit, and I will listen to your feedback. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and have a great day.